All right, so we're going to tie a real quick dry fly using some saddle hackle. I'm going to tie an ant, which actually only uses one kind of feather. I'll save the CDL for the next fly, maybe. But this is really easy. You just take a length of foam tubing, which is just a piece of closed cell foam. I'm going to use olive thread because it really doesn't matter for these. You really can't see the thread once you're done. And I'm going to get the thread started on the hook. Snip off that, and I always like to, I've had a hard time, I'm going to tie the foam onto the hook like this to make the fly, but I've found that the damn thing will often spin as I'm tightening it down, so what I've gotten myself in the habit of doing is using what's called dubbing. This is just basically just fuzz. It comes in different colors and different shades. These are the more natural shades. So I'm just going to take some black dubbing. I'll use the superfine stuff. And what you do is you take it and you kind of get it on the thread. You spin it around the thread like this. Put my fingers a little bit to kind of make it grab more. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can see that, yeah. And then you wrap that around the hook right where I was. And this is not technically what you're supposed to use dubbing for. You're supposed to use it to kind of insinuate legs on an insect. I just use it because when I actually tie this foam down on top of this hook, what's nice about it is it'll keep that foam from trying to spin around the hook. And then it's a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut the butt end back a little bit and also the head end up. So that's going to be the body of your ant, pretty straightforward. Now I'm going to go into my hackle box, and I'm going to take out probably my single favorite type of hackle feather to use, Grizzly barred hackle. And this is what it kind of looks like. I was telling you about my buddy who works at Whiting Farms, and he just walks around and picks up these crazy long ass feathers. I don't know if you can see how long that feather is. It's about 7 inches long, and that's a short one. But I'm going to pull back some of the barbs on the feather like that, and then tie that tip in so it's good and secure. And then I'm going to start at the back, and this is what's so cool about these feathers. You just start spiraling it forward, taking a wrap as you go. And it's just so totally badass, and it just makes these oops, I just bumped the camera, sorry. It just makes these badass legs, and then when you get to the tip, you just take a pass behind. Sometimes they flip forward like that. I've discovered the fish really don't care if you get a couple that face forward. And then you snip off that tag end, and then you whip finish, and literally that's the fly right there. Now, what I'll usually do, in a couple whip finish knots there. That right there, this is kind of a big one. I would usually tie these a little bit smaller. I'll also, you can kind of see what it looks like from the front. It spins out really nicely. I'll also take the pair of scissors and usually cut like the bottom kind of flattish. It helps it do a couple things. It helps it sit in the water better, a little bit flatter in the water. And also, I think it makes the legs look a little bit more realistic. I could be wrong. It might not do any of those things. It does make it sit in the water better. So there you go. You still got the hackles up front. If you really want to get completely bonkers, you can cut off some of these ones up front. But like I said, the fish don't seem to care. But that is a really super, one of my favorite, simplest patterns, and it just kills. Max's 19-inch blackwater rainbow trout was caught on effectively that fly right there. So that's a damn good one. Next one, we'll do a kind of a goofy ass one. We'll see if I get it right on the first go. But yeah, it'll use a couple of the different kind of feathers we haven't played with yet.